Hi guys, welcome to ethics class. Today we're going to be talking about case number 3, which is on Tom's shoes. So my name is Mom, and let's go around and you guys give your fake names. Do not give your real names because this might be posted online, okay? So give your fake names that you guys came up with and your ages, okay?
I'm Rebecca, I'm 13.
I'm John, I'm 10.
I'm Martin, I'm 7.
I am Dawn, I'm 11.
I'm Andrew, I am 7.
7, okay. Has anybody ever heard of Tom's Shoes?
No.
No? Well, Tom is a company that was founded in 2006. Has anybody watched Amazing Race? Have you guys ever seen that show? Yeah? This is a real cool show, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you guys remember in 2002, the contestant Blake? Do you remember him?
No,
Okay.
we weren't even alive. It was 2002. You were born in 2009.
Well, you got a good memory then. Well, Blake, he was a contestant on The Amazing Race. And as part of The Amazing Race, he went to a country called Argentina. Have you guys heard of Argentina?
Yeah.
Where is Argentina at?
It's
South
in South America.
South America, right. So when they went down to Argentina, he saw a lot of people who don't have shoes on their feet, a lot of poor people, okay? He also found a shoe that was really kind of cool. It was kind of a canvas shoe that a lot of the ladies and the men were wearing, and they wore this shoe when they played basketball. They wore this shoe when they went out on dates. They wore this shoe when they went to work. It was a shoe that you can kind of use everywhere, a little canvas shoe. That's what it looks like there. Have you guys ever seen people wear those kind of shoes? So he went back to Argentina and went on vacation, and he noticed the shoe again, and he thought, you know, people in America would really, really like this shoe. I bet you that I can make some money and I can produce this shoe and sell it in America. But do you remember what he also saw when he went to Argentina? What I just said?
People without shoes.
Yeah.
People without shoes,
Lots of
yeah.
people.
So you guys are really lucky to live in the United States. How many pairs of shoes do you have Dawn?
A lot.
A lot, yeah. And Rebecca, how many pairs of shoes do you think you and I have?
More than we can count.
Exactly. Yeah, so a lot of people in the world, though, they don't have shoes. And these are some of the things that can happen when you don't have shoes. So do you see the pictures here? So this little boy has a disease called jiggers. Do you see that there? Does anybody know what jiggers is? You guys ever heard of that? You have? So jiggers is like these little fleas. And so, yeah, I know, don't you feel horrible for this little baby? So there's actually, all those little bumps there, there's actually like fleas like in his feet, and it's really hard for him to walk. And this is common. I mean, this is really common down where people don't have shoes. This woman here, I don't know if you guys can see this, this woman has another disease. Look at her feet there. Many times they call this disease, there's a long medical name for it, but a lot of people call it Bigfoot, because their feet will actually be like this big. They look like stumps. They look like tree trunks, and it's all deformed. It's because when you're walking barefoot in the ground, there's bugs and there's different bacteria in the dirt, and all that bugs and the dirt and stuff, it kind of gets up into your feet. And a lot of people have to get their feet amputated, and it hurts real bad. So even if you don't have to get your foot amputated, people can't walk, things like that. So that's what Blake saw when he went to Argentina. And he wanted to do something about it. And again, he also saw that shoe that was really kind of cool, and he thought that Americans would like. So he opened up the store called Tom's, and Tom's has what's called a 1-for-1 program. Does anybody, yeah, Nellie?
Can you scoot the
Or Natty, Rebecca? Can you see it now?
Like, scoot it up. Or
Like this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That makes it easier to see. For, like,
Okay, you guys can all see?
yeah.
All right, so, does anybody know what 1-for-1 has, You think of what maybe the 1-for-1 program might be?
No.
Dawn or Andrew? No, Dawn?
Like, if you buy something,
Mhm.
that company that you buy it from gives some, like that, homeless people without shoes.
Exactly. Very good, Dawn.
Oh, CC candy.
A smarty. Ready?
CC candy.
Okay, so what Tom's is doing is if you buy one of their shoes, they will take one of their shoes and give it to somebody in need. And that's just not in Argentina. That's all over the world. So Tom's is in 70 countries now. In 2017, they're in 70 countries. And they're making a difference with their shoes. So every pair of shoes that gets purchased from their company, another pair of shoes goes to somebody in need, whether it's a homeless person, whether it's somebody in a developing country. Since 2006, they have given away 70 million shoes. That's a lot of shoes, isn't
Is
it?
that
That's
pairs
just-
or just normal shoes?
That's since
That's actually pairs.
when I was born.
Yeah, that's so since you've been born,
Since
John,
since I've been born a little
70 million shoes.
after I was born.
So this company has been really successful. You guys probably have seen the Tom shoes worn around school or worn around Myers and
Seen
things.
'em.
You've seen them?
Yeah.
You like them?
They look cool.
Yeah, they're kind of neat. They look really comfortable, actually. I don't have a pair, but they look really comfortable. So they've been really successful. In fact, they have expanded to offer things more than just shoes now. So they now they have coffee shops. And when we were in Chicago, they actually had a coffee shop in Chicago. And if you buy their coffee, then they provide clean water. I know our church does a lot with the clean water. Can anybody tell me what happens when you don't have a clean water right there? I can't remember you guys' fake names. Andrew?
Then, like, maybe people that are, like, after you might not have water.
Oh, close, yeah. John?
There's dirty water and there could be like worms and bacteria that can
Mhm.
get in your body.
That's right, there's worms, there's all this icky stuff. There's all this icky stuff in the water. So a lot of people, okay, so this is really disgusting, guys. But a lot of people will drink water from the same bowls and the same long, what's that called, troughs that the cattle and the livestock drink out of. And it's just dirty, it's just really, really nasty. And in order to get water, they have to walk miles a day to get, and it's the children doing this, that the children have to walk miles a day, that's their chore. You guys had a vacuum today, they have to walk miles to go get their water and bring it back, and they're doing it without shoes, okay? So they have these coffee shops now. If you buy some coffee, they provide water in communities. They also sell sunglasses. So what do you think the sunglasses that they're doing?
Healthy for eyes.
Very good, yeah, so they're, so if you purchase one of their sunglasses, they will, you can see they have 445,000 sight restorations, whether it's glasses that they're giving, or they are actually doing eye surgery, like this fellow here had eye surgery. So handbags. Handbags, there's really not a whole lot of connection here, but if you purchase one of their handbags, they're giving medical care to a woman who's expecting a baby, which is really important. Okay, so now it's time for some discussing questions. So I said that the company is very profitable, right? So and it sounds really great. Don't you think they're
Yeah.
doing a really great job?
Yeah.
So why don't more companies do this then?
Because they might think it's just bad for their company.
Why would it be bad for their company? You know?
They might think they may not get as much profit
Yeah.
if they're giving away.
That's very good, Natalie. So if they give away an item, then that takes away from the profit of the company. What were we gonna say, Martin?
And I don't know if this is the same thing,
Okay.
like I said, but they might not do it. They might not. The people on the one to be might have more money. So they can buy
That's
more
right.
things.
Yep, exactly. They won't have the, because they're giving the money away in shoes and things, they're not gonna have as much money to roll back into the company. And John?
I was gonna say like the same thing, if they keep on giving away shoes and giving away more shoes, soon they wouldn't have enough shoes to go over and they would be out of a job.
Yep, they'll be out of job, out of business. They basically have to keep producing and having their shoe be popular and increase their sales. For every shoe that they give away, they're actually or every sale that they're making, they're actually making two shoes.
They have to make like more shoes
Mm-hmm.
to be able to like double the amount every time someone buys something.
You guys are really smart. You guys don't have to raise your hand, just shout out. Casual
It'd be
environment.
hard to work.
Why is it gonna be hard work?
Because they have to make more shoes if they run out of shoes if they sell so many.
That's right, yep.
And also when they manufacture, they'd have to have more factories to make more shoes and that would pollute the air.
Oh, excellent answer, John. We'll give you a cow tail for that one.
They would also have to have more workers.
And more workers, yeah, more workers, which is more labor. So basically I guess what our consensus that we're kind of saying here is that other companies may not do this because it might cost them too much. So the company is giving away shoes, but do you know how much one of these pairs of shoes cost?
Like
A lot.
$60,
60.
Yeah.
$50,
Yeah.
$50.
$60, $70. That's crazy. How much
Yeah.
do you guys think your shoes cost that Dad and I buy you?
$30.
$30?
Like
My shoes are $30.
Where's your dad buying your shoes at?
I'm buying.
Only 5 maybe.
About $5, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're kind of cheap. You got 2 accountants as parents, so sorry for you, but your shoes cost about $5 over at Walmart. So that's kind of what I have too. So these shoes are $70. It's crazy.
Yeah.
At least for us. You know how much it costs to make these shoes?
Like
About as much as it
$10.
costs for us to buy a different pair of shoes.
Yeah,
$10.
about $5. Yeah, it's actually I think it's at about $3.50. $3.50 or to $5 to make one of these shoes, but they're selling it for $70. That's a lot of extra money that the company has, right?
Yeah.
So people are spending $70 for that casual pair of shoe.
They're like quadrupling the price it made to make them and then selling it for that price.
Exactly. Very good, John. So, do you guys think who's really doing the giving? Is it still the company? Because it's the company's decision whether or not to give away that extra money. Or is it the customer who's paying so much for that shoe? Martin?
I think it's the customer because that they won't lose money because you said it from like $5, $10, $3. Won't be losing much money, but the customers have to spend a lot of money to get the pair of shoes.
That's very good, Martin. You're a smart
It
little
would
guy.
kind of be, if you think about it, it could be both because the company is kind of taking their own money and what they're using to help pay for like the workers and labor and stuff,
And pay for the
and
shoes.
pay for what they're making and stuff, and they're giving, but they're giving it to other people, but it's also the customer because the customer thinks it's a high price for the shoe.
So it's kind of like a combined team effort.
That's what I was gonna do too.
I think it's the workers that they choose to give away shoes to other people who don't have shoes.
Oh, okay. So the company, because they're choosing to take the money that they earned and to give it someplace else instead of just keeping it within the company. So, yeah. So raise your hand if you think it's the customer. Raise your hand if you think it's the company. Raise your hand if you think it's both. Okay. So there's another organization that provides shoes for people in need. This company is called Souls for Souls. Souls for Souls. And what they do is they take people who have used shoes. Does anybody here ever have used shoes? Shoes that you may outgrow?
Yeah.
And you donate your shoes, just like we give our shoes to Goodwill.
Or Once Upon a Child.
Or Once Upon a Child. They will take those shoes and give it, people give these shoes for Souls for Shoes, or Shoes for Souls, and Souls for Souls will take those shoes and redistribute it to those in need. So, same kind of concept. This is a not-for-profit as compared to Tom's, which is a for-profit company. Can anybody tell me the difference between Natalie or Rebecca?
Tom's is still making money even though they're giving shoes away,
Mm-hmm.
but this company isn't making any money with what they're doing.
Exactly. So this company, or this organization, it's not even a company, this organization is a nonprofit, which is basically, it's like Goodwill, which is or even like church, is a organization that is not in the business of making money. They don't have owners who are looking to have money come from their investment. Okay, it's a charity. It's a just like church type of thing.
So if you worked for this job, you wouldn't be working for money. You would be
You'd be a
working for like, it would be like a volunteer job.
Well, kind of. Actually, a lot of organizations, they employ, like for instance, the pastor at church. The pastor gets paid, but at the end of the accounting period, they're supposed to try to break even. So just like when we had our offering today in church, we give money for the pastor's salary, but at the end of the day, any of that money then goes to the community or whatever it is, the missions that the church is doing. So they're not looking to make money. The organization as a whole is not looking to make money. But if you worked at this organization and your job was to you want to be an engineer, so if your job is to write the computer programs for them, you would get paid. You probably want to get it paid as much as
Like another job.
in other jobs, but you would actually get a paycheck. But at the end of the year, they're looking to actually kind of balance out to zero. So who do you think, which organization do you think has done more to help out the shoe cause? Any thoughts, Rebecca?
Kind of Tom's, because they're giving like newer shoes and they might last longer than someone's old shoes.
Oh, good. I never even thought of that. Very nice. Marta?
I think it's the Souls for Souls because you don't have to pay like money to help the organization, so it's like free.
Very good. So if you wanted to help but you didn't have $70 to buy one of those shoes, you just donate the shoes you have.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. That's very good.
I
Andrew?
think it's Tom's
Mm-hmm.
because they sell stuff that people might like really need, like sunglasses.
So they're offering a project, so they're helping not just those people in developing countries, they're helping those people who are looking for sunglasses or looking for the merchandise that they're buying. Good. You guys have some really good thoughts.
I think
John?
I think it's Tom's because they're not just doing shoes, they're doing like other needs like sunglasses and handbags and coffee.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so they've spread out more than just shoes. They've also done other items too. So some other thoughts to think about is that this Souls for Souls has been around 10 years longer than Tom's. So they've actually spread out to more countries. At this point, more countries than Tom's has. But Tom's has been around 10 years less. What do you guys think about what we talked about earlier with the for-profit versus the not-for-profit? Does that make any sort of effect in there? So Tom's has people who paid money in order to start the factories, in order to pay the employees. Do you think that they expect something back for the money they put in there? So Mr. Blake, who started the company, do you think he's doing this for the good of his heart, or do you think he's trying to raise a family and put food on the table?
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
Both. Kind of both.
Okay.
because he's not saying like, okay, I'm gonna give everything I have, but yet I'm gonna put myself in danger. He's like, I'm gonna do both, I guess.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna help himself, but he's also
He's
gonna
like, I'm gonna help the people, but still make money from it.
So he's, yes, okay. I see what you guys are saying. So basically, if I can summarize, you guys are saying that he wanted to help out, but he also has to have a job in order to
Yeah.
feed his family. And so he is helping out by starting this company, but he also gets a salary and he gets his return on his investment, right? Is that what you're saying? Okay. So with Tom's, you know, like we said, he really wanted to help out, but he wanted to provide something for his family. Do you think giving the shoes is why he's in business, why Mr. Blake is in business? Or do you think giving the shoes, making the money off of the shoes that he made is what he's really trying to do?
I think it could be both, because people might think like, oh, he's helping the people, let's help him help the people that don't have shoes, and they could also want shoes to wear.
And, Martin? Or, Andrew?
It could be I think it would be the first one.
Which one was the first one?
I forget it, but I think it's the first one.
That he's trying to help people because he wants to help people? And why do you think that?
Because they might have a disease or something.
Okay, so when he
Or
went,
they might get a disease.
so he's concerned, so Mr. Blake's main concern is the diseases that he saw when he went to Argentina, and that he wanted to help versus the fact that he wanted to make the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And Martin?
I think it's because he wants to save the people, because that disease might spread and everybody.
Oh, that would be scary, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If everybody, so if this is a contagious disease, like the fleas or something, that more people would get it, not just the people that have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
I feel like everyone walking around with a foot and a half.
Does anybody have any further comments about this?
Did you buy coffee?
You know, actually, when we went to Chicago, we tried to find the Tom store, but we actually, even though we had the address, we couldn't find the Tom store. Rebecca?
Do they also sell toothpaste?
I don't know, I don't
Because
think
we have
so.
a Tom's toothpaste.
Yeah, there's Tom's toothpaste.
They could. When I was on their
Yeah.
website, I didn't see anything about dental stuff, but that would make sense.
Because it was like Tom's or something, and it was like, no, that's not.
We should look that up. Martin?
Does he look at me? Because it says Tom's of Maine.
Hmm?
It says Tom's of Maine.
Tom's name on it?
No,
Tom's
it says Tom's
of
of Maine.
Maine.
Oh,
Like the
Tom's of
state.
Maine, that's
State
probably
name.
something different then, cause this guy is in California.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, if he
so-
did do toothpaste, it would probably be to help with like dental issues. Like if people have a cavity, they would
That would be a
Put
good
your
idea.
toothpaste in.
get out the cavities and give them toothpaste and a toothbrush and keep on saying the brush.
That would be pretty sweet. You guys think of any other businesses Tom's might go into in the future? Cause one thing we're not getting into, cause it's probably too advanced, I don't know if it's too advanced for you guys. You guys are pretty smart, so let me ask you this, we'll continue and ask. I wasn't gonna cover this because it's a little bit more advanced, but, so, there's a new company. So sometimes you might have a company, like Rebecca, if you have a company and you wanna get bigger, John here might have some money tucked away that he can help you out. So he wants to invest his money, and you have a company that needs money, okay? And that's what's happening with Tom's. So Mr. Blake wants to make his company bigger and help more people, and probably turn over more of a profit. So Mr. Blake is working with a company called Bain Capital. Bain Capital provides, does anybody know what capital means? Martin?
Like maybe the head or something, because where a lot of things are, for the.
Oh, like capital of the state?
Yeah.
Dawn, you wanna
Okay.
try? I think you had your,
Yeah.
oh, with that? Well, a lot of times capital means, like funds to invest in. So capital is kind of, and this terms, we can maybe think about it as money, okay? So Bain Capital has funds, that's like John in our example, that has funds to give to, funds is like money, to give to Rebecca, and he's expecting a high return on his investment. What does that mean, a high return on the investment?
They get more popularity.
Popularity or another keyword? So if you just gave Rebecca a bunch of money to invest, what do you think you want back? Your money and what else?
Profit.
Profit, yeah, you want more money, right? Yeah, so it's kinda like when you put your money in the bank and they give you interest on that money, something we haven't seen in a very long time, since the 2000s. What were you saying, Dawn? Were you gonna comment? Same thing? So, Tom's now has a partner who, Bain Capital purchased, I think it's 50% of Tom. So half of the company is now with Bain Capital, okay?
So is that kind of like profits
Mm-hmm.
in the stock market?
Yeah, they get more, exactly, they get more funds to play with, they get to go into new markets, they get to do new things. But they also have to have more of the money, the revenue that they earn, they have to give to Bain Capital, they have to turn around and give it to them. But they have a lot of money now that they get to move into new countries, move into new product lines, things like that. So how do you think that might, the fact that Tom's is now working with Bain Capital, how do you think that might change Tom's in the future? Any thoughts on
I
that?
think they may do like something different that like involves both companies
Like in what way do you think?
instead of, or like somewhat doing both of what the companies did at the same time.
Okay, Andrew?
Maybe because they work together, because they make more money from
So they get to, so now they have, because they're working together, everybody's working together, they can
make more money.
make more money by doing what?
So, Bain Capital couldn't think of that. Tom didn't think that was like a great idea. So it could change. They would change something.
Very good, very good. So what Martin was just saying was that now that they have more money, the other owner, Bain Capital, might think of something that Tom's wasn't thinking about. So, for instance, we were talking about toothpaste, right?
Yeah.
So what other kind of products do you think Tom's might get into now? Tom?
Building houses for the people.
For the home.
Okay, so what would they sell and what would they, so if you're going to give money for a new house, what do you think might be their product that they sell in order to earn money? Kinda like the toothpaste was for dental, the sunglasses was for vision. You're calling a friend to help you out?
They can be my
Alright.
friends.
What do you think?
I think they could do like they would sell lamps for people who don't have like electricity or something.
Oh, very good.
They could do like tents,
Uh-huh.
like where they sell like camping tents.
Yeah,
And then
tents.
They could they could give away
Good.
some of the money that they get from that gives to them. They could give some of that money away.
Yeah, so they could just flat out give the money away to different things. But yeah, they can sell lamps to folks who don't have electricity. They can, or they sell lamps to us, then take that money and provide electricity in places that might not have it. Or in Natalie's example, Rebecca's example of tents,
Houses here.
camping tents to build houses.
I thought of
So-
another one, like you
What's
could,
that?
they could have a medical,
Mm-hmm.
and then whenever we bought a medical, they would send like medicine to other countries, and they would like, if someone was really sick, they could give them medical attention.
Very good. Good job.
I have medicine.
You have, yeah, sorry, you got medicine to take. So, do you guys have any other questions or any other thoughts before we wrap up? Is this something you guys wanna be part of? Maybe not buying $70 shoes,
Yeah.
but do you guys wanna save your shoes and we give it to that Shoes for Souls, or the Souls for Shoes? Or
Souls for souls.
yeah, Souls for
Souls
Souls.
for souls.
You guys wanna do that?
Sure.
You guys wanna go help this whole disease thing?
Someone could buy something from the Toms and then give those shoes to the Souls for Souls.
Oh wow, that would be an expensive shoe, wouldn't it? That's pretty cool. Cause do homeless people and things, do they have to wear used shoes? Nope, it'd be really nice if we don't just give you stuff, but we can also buy stuff and give it to
Like
what
Goodwill
Goodwill and
is
stuff.
doing.
Very good. Do you guys wanna do this?
Yep.
All right, let's do this. We'll do that.
They could also have a
You don't
food
wanna
store.
give stuff away? No?
Well, not when you're done with your shoes. Or she's not gonna give away your shoes you're wearing right now.
I only have one pair of shoes.
I know
And
you're
then
You
more
you
buy
that
their
I'm
shoes
wearing.
and when they get old or something.
Yeah, so when
Yeah.
when those shoes wear out, should we give them to
She's not gonna
Souls
make
for
me
Souls?
run around barefoot.
Sounds good.
All right.
You
Maybe.
guys wanna go outside and play now?
I know something that Tom's could do.
What's
They
that?
could have like a food department, like a pharmacy of food, and then whenever we bought food, they would send like canned goods to.
That is a great idea.
I was
So they make like snacks. Excuse me. Make like snacks and things like that.
Trail mix.
When
and
we
Central
were
America,
when we
South
were
America.
when we went to the youth conference a few weeks ago, we helped package like 3,000 meals, 3,000 bags.
Wow.
But the bags fed like either 6 adults or 12 kids.
Wow, that's cool.
And it was fun though, but I burnt my hand a few times because I was on the ceiling part where we put it back down, seal it, and I didn't realize what it was doing. And I
Ouch.
touched it, and it burned. That
Ouch.
hurt.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Let's go
Good
outside.
job.
Let's go